Yo, what it do? Today I'm counting down the games I'm personally most hyped for in 2026. But first, a quick disclaimer. This list only includes titles that are officially announced for releasing sometime during 2026. I don't need an exact date, but if they've been delayed previously to be pushed back to 2026, I'll take that as an okay. If it doesn't have a date or even an estimated timeline, it's not going to be up for grabs during this video. Even if it might come later on or it gets announced later, it's not going to be here. With that out of the way, let's jump into what 2026 has to restore, starting off with my personal favorite, Fable. Developed by Playground Games and published by Xbox Game Studios, the next Fable is a reboot of the beloved action RPG franchise and marks its first major release in well over a decade. Originally expected in 2025, Xbox confirmed the game was pushed into 2026 to give the team more time to polish and expand the experience. This is one I'm personally excited for because Fable: The Lost Chapters is one of my favorite games of all time. Fable 2 is right up there with it. Fable 3 left a lot to be desired, let's say, but Fable: The Lost Chapters is probably one of my favorite games, and I've probably put thousands of hours into that game over the last, I don't know, 2 decades it's been out. Absolutely insane. I love Fable: The Lost Chapters, so I'm super excited for this game. Set back in the world of Albion, it's narrated by this hero named Humphrey, who is supposedly training this girl that everyone memed about because she doesn't look the greatest. Humphrey doesn't look the greatest. No one in this trailer looks the greatest. And to be honest, is not looking the greatest make me gonna want to buy the game? No. Is not looking the greatest not gonna make me want to buy the game? Also, no. I don't really care if we just have average Joes. I'm looking for the gameplay. I'm looking for the story. I'm looking for it to be fun and to bring back the old Fable 1, maybe even Fable 2 gameplay routines, and not that Fable 3 story. Let's be honest, Fable 3 story or the Fable Connect. What was that, dude? But if we can bring it back, bring the nostalgia back for me to Fable 1, Fable 2, I think I'll be set to play this game for another 1,000 or 2,000 hours. The combat scene in the trailer to me is reminiscent of the old Fable style, but I would expect a blend of action RPG combat, maybe some choice-driven storytelling. We're going to have to see on that. The signature Fable humor and charm, though, I expect to be there. And even Fable 3 had its humor and charm, I'm going to be honest. Just the story and the way you go about your different endings, and even the little spell gauntlets from 3, there was a lot wrong with 3, but I expect the charm, the Fable charm and humor to be there. Hopefully the title aims to reimagine the franchise for modern audiences with still honoring its roots. If it can do that, I think this thing will sell incredibly well and be incredibly fun to play. Next up on the list that I'm personally looking forward to is Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. Now I know not everyone is excited for a remake to be released. It's not what they're most looking forward to, but I'm really looking forward to Dragon Quest because I've never played it before. I've never played Dragon Quest VII, and I am currently playing through Blue Dragon, another game that Akira Toriyama helped make. And Akira Toriyama is the GOAT. I love his aesthetic. I grew up on that Dragon Ball. So this personally, I'm looking forward to it. I love the JRPG style and the adventure. The story seems really bright. It's developed by Square Enix and Hexadrive, and Square Enix almost never misses for me personally. And this is a full-scale reimagining of the classic Dragon Quest VII, Fragments of the Forgotten Past. Originally, it was released in 2000. I was, just a couple years old at that time, so I didn't play it obviously. But what makes this version stand out is its reimagined approach. It's got that new art style. The story has been reworked, the scenario streamlined for better pacing, and the environments are more of that diorama-like art style that draws from Akira Toriyama's iconic designs. This is a JRPG adventure like I mentioned earlier, and you begin on the tiny Estard Island where curiosity pulls you and your friends into a globe-spanning journey. After uncovering the Shrine of Mysteries, you're thrust through time into forgotten eras. Your mission is to retrieve lost regions sealed away by dark forces and uncover the truth behind your world while battling through classic turn-based combat with modern quality life improvements. I've been loving my JRPGs recently, and I always love turn-based combat, whether it's tactics turn-based or classic turn-based or 4X turn-based. I love turn-based combat. I don't know what it is that scratches the strategic part of my brain, but I can't get enough of it. I will never get enough of it. CRPGs with turn-based combat, it does not matter. So I'm really looking forward to this and seeing more of what Akira Toriyama had created prior to his death. The next game I'm incredibly looking forward to is Styx Blades of Greed. Now, Styx is developed by Cyanide Studio and published by Nacon, and this is a long-awaited third entry in the Styx stealth action series, which was delayed into 2026 to polish core systems and refine the stealth mechanics. Styx is a pure stealth game. You're not good at combat in this game. You need to set traps. You need to take your engagements wisely if you're going to do it, or just sneak around the whole map and use your powers to get through it. I loved Styx, and the second one, which the name is escaping my mind right now, but I think the pure action stealth games, there's not much better than Styx. It's what I used to imagine Assassin's Creed back in the day when I was growing up playing Assassin's Creed 1, Assassin's Creed 2, and I was trying to stealth through the whole game. Wasn't trying to take any combat fights. The Styx forces that because you suck at combat in Styx. It's not made for you to take on guards. Guards will jump you and beat you with a brick into a pulp. Okay, you have no chance. But you play as Styx, the Goblin Master Thief, and for the first time in the series, you're leading your own crew on a quest to secure quartz, a mysterious and powerful resource. Expect vertical environments to explore, classic stealth gameplay where planning and cunning reign supreme, and plenty of traps, gizmos, and shadowy tricks to outwit your enemies. I'm looking forward to Styx in 2026. I hope you are. The review definitely will be on my channel. As soon as this game comes out, I'm getting my hands on it, and I'm playing it all the way through. The next game on my list is something I'm sure everyone is ecstatic about, and that is Crimson Desert. If you're not ecstatic about Crimson Desert, you must be skeptical. This is a game from Pearl Abyss, the creators of Black Desert Online and MMO, and they've made Crimson Desert to endure a long development cycle and multiple delays is finally locking in to a 2026 release. This game is the most ambitious open-world action RPG. It follows a mercenary, Cliff, who attempts to rebuild the scattered Greymane company and carve out his place in the war-torn continent of, I don't know how to pronounce this, Puel is how I'm going to say it. With robust melee combat, exploration, customizable gear, and a sprawling world full of secrets and side activities like cooking, crafting, and hunting beasts, the game promises a rich single-player fantasy narrative according to the PlayStation blog. Now, this game's weight and look reminds me a lot of the Dragon's Dogma style, and it's not just the clip they show of climbing monsters, but just the weight and the feel of the combat when I'm watching it reminds me a lot of Dragon's Dogma, so I wouldn't be surprised if it has very similar combat to Dragon's Dogma. But this thing is promising all kinds of things. It's like Zelda meets Dragon's Dogma meets, I don't know, some real reactive RPG where if you do something, something instantly happens back. They're promising a lot here. I'm hoping they deliver, but like you probably, am very skeptical, and this is one of those games where you have to wait. You have to see when it comes out, is it going to deliver on what it's promised? I'm going to be playing it, so look forward to it on the channel if you want to see a review. Hopefully it comes out great, but I am a little skeptical because it is doing so much. And if it pulls it off, you're going to have tons of hours in this game, I'm sure. It looks a lot of fun. I love Dragon's Dogma and the Dragon's Dogma series. I waited over, I don't know, 15 years, how long it ever took to come out with Dragon Dogma 2, 12, 13 years, something like that. So I'm excited to get another game that looks like that. We'll see if it plays like it. It's just, when I'm looking at the trailer, that's the feel I get. So look forward to Crimson Desert coming out in 2026. The next game on my list is Pragmata. Pragmata is developed by Capcom, and it represents a significant new IP from the studio. Originally revealed years ago and repeatedly delayed, it finally has a firm 2026 launch date. It's launching on April 24th, 2026, and is a sci-fi action adventure set in near-future lunar environment. You follow Hugh and his android companion Diana as they attempt to survive and hopefully return to Earth after a hostile AI takes control of their lunar research station. Expect third-person action, puzzle elements, and cooperative dynamics between the two characters that shape both gameplay and narrative progression. Not only is it being developed by Capcom, it looks absolutely gorgeous. Hard to knock this thing for the graphics. It makes you want to take a look right away. But graphics don't make games, gameplay loops make games. So, will this game be good? Well, if you like that action adventure puzzle style, I think you're really going to love this game. If you're not a fan of the action adventure puzzle platforming style, I don't think you'll like this game whatsoever, so just keep that in mind when looking forward to Pragmata in 2026. To me, this story has an interesting pull from android to human. You this cute android child that you're thinking you want to really protect, but at the end of the day, it's not a human life. It is some sort of machine android person that is your partner, so it pulls on the heartstrings, but yet also might be expendable in the story. I would be very remiss to see where this story goes. I think it could go lots of places immorally and ethically and kind of push the bounds of storytelling. We'll see if they go that deep into it. I'm hoping they do. If they do, I'll probably really love this game. If they don't, I'll probably still like it for the graphics and the gameplay. So I'm really looking forward to this. Comes out on April 24th. And I can't wait. Next on my list is a guilty pleasure of mine, Dynasty Warriors 3, the complete edition remastered. I've played every Dynasty Warrior from Dynasty Warriors 3, and this one is getting modern remaster by Omega Force and Koei Tecmo, part of the ongoing trend to bring older entries up to today's standards. Dynasty Warriors 3 holds near and dear to my heart, kind of like Dynasty Warriors 5, because Dynasty Warriors 3 got me into the series. Dynasty Warriors 5 really propelled me into playing it for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, but Dynasty Warriors 3 is what originally got me into the series, so I'm excited that it's coming back. This edition brings back the iconic 1 vs 1000 Musou battles that defined early entries in the Warriors franchise and is updated with modern visuals and refined controls to relive the epic historical fiction of China's Three Kingdoms era and smash through waves of enemies in massive set-piece battles that laid the foundation for the entire Warriors series. The last game I'm really excited to see released in 2026 is Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era. This is to release sometime in 2026. It's already been delayed from 2025, and it's developed by Unfrozen and published with support from Ubisoft. This is a throwback strategy RPG. No, I know we hear Ubisoft, we think, oh, that sucks. Okay, hear me out. Unfrozen is bringing it back to old school Heroes of Might and Magic. They're keeping it true. They're bringing back some designs. They're bringing in some new factions. And they have 3 of the coolest game modes that I've seen in Heroes of Might and Magic. Maybe not 3. They have 2. One of them is just regular. One of them is streamlined to be, regular games take hours sometimes. Streamlined take maybe an hour, maybe 30 minutes to play, and that's against other people. And then they have like a draft mode, an arena draft mode, which looks so sick. Draft an army, fight using your tactics and your strategy. I am so excited to get my hands on this for PvP. The demo is already out. You can go try it. I am loving it. But to get my hands on this for PvP, to see if it really shines, if the netcode is good enough. Tactics games usually don't have a netcode problem, but you never know. Heroes of Might and Magic is a love letter to the classic Heroes of Might and Magic series. Olden Era is a turn-based strategy game with RPG elements featuring multiple factions, legendary heroes, and high-stakes tactical combat. Beyond the core campaign, it supports multiplayer and co-op play and includes a map editor for community-created scenarios set in richly detailed fantasy world. Players will recruit armies, control powerful magic, and seize victory through both strategic might and careful planning. 2026 is shaping up to be an outstanding year for gamers across genres, from deep JRPG adventures and stealthy heists to strategic epics open world RPGs, and sci-fi journeys. Each of these titles has its own unique development story, epic gameplay hooks, and unmistakable passion behind them. So, which ones am I most excited about? I gotta say, probably Fable, Pragmata, and Crimson Desert at the top of my list. I gotta know though, what are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, peace.